My name is Kingsley Imufwa, and I am your host. Welcome to episode 3 of The Source, a deep dive into James Michener's monumental novel about the land of Israel, the people who built it, and the civilizations buried beneath its soil. The artifact at level 30 is deceptively simple. 2 clay pots thrown on a potter's wheel, fired at Makor around 1427 BCE. Their colors have been deepened by the ash of a great fire, a conflagration that swept through Makor in 1419 BCE. The pots survived the fire, but everything else in their world was changed by it. These are domestic vessels, but they unlock a monumental story. It is the story of a desert shepherd named Zadok and the god he calls El-Shaddai, God Almighty or God of the Mountain. The story opens on a silent desert scene. 2 grey dogs watch a herd of goats among scattered boulders. A tumbleweed bush begins to tremble without any wind, and a light begins to glow in its branches without smoke or flame. A voice calls 3 times, Zadok, and from behind a rock emerges an old man, leathery, in his 60s, a shepherd's stave in his hand. The scene is modeled on the burning bush of Exodus, but Michener places this event 4 centuries before Moses. His point is that monotheism did not emerge fully formed, it evolved. Zadok is one of its earliest practitioners, a patriarch with a loyalty to one god. El-Shaddai speaks with directness. He tells the old man to leave the desert, to go west, to a fertile, settled Canaanite territory. El-Shaddai speaks with directness. He tells the old man to leave the desert, to go west, to a fertile, settled Canaanite territory. He promises fields they did not cultivate, olive presses they did not build. The walls of the town shall open to receive them. But there is a condition. Do not worship the other gods you find there. The curse will be severe. This instruction places Zadok at the epicenter of one of the great religious conflicts of the ancient world. The Canaanites of Makor worship a pantheon of gods tied to the land and fertility. These are rituals embedded in every aspect of daily life. Zadok enters as an outsider. He is technologically behind, still using stone implements, while the townspeople have mastered bronze. He is outnumbered and outclassed. But Michener suggests that his God relationship is the most durable technology of all. His advantage was a theological structure that gave them a distinctive identity, a God who could travel with them, unlike the localized gods of Canaan. God's promise to Zadok is specific and material: fields, olive presses, walls that open. This is not a metaphor, it is a land grant. This is what makes the theology of ancient Israel so politically fraught: the insistence that a specific deity made a covenant with a specific people for a specific territory. Every later conflict is in some sense a continuation of this original tension between the God who promised and the people who were already there. Michener traces it to its roots. The pots from level 30 are ash darkened because Makor was burned in 1419 BCE. Michener traces it to its roots. The pots from level 30 are ash darkened because Makor was burned in 1419 BCE. Zadok may have carried only flint tools, but his descendants would carry iron and fire. The peaceful entry became a violent conquest. What Michener is dramatizing is the emergence of covenant theology, the idea that faith is a matter of mutual obligation. God commits to the people commit to God, and this relationship is governed by law, specific commandments structuring every aspect of life. This is the engine of Jewish history. They maintained their identity not because of land, but because they carry this covenant in their memory and rituals. The old man Zadok, standing before a trembling bush, is the ancestor of every Jew who has ever kept Shabbat. He is the origin point of the most durable civilizational identity in human history, and it began with an old man and his God. That brings us to the end of this episode. I hope you found that as rich and thought-provoking as I did. Do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. See you in the next episode.